Hi everyone, Rachel here. I am in downtown Cedar, and although it may look like a one-light town, there is way more than meets the eye. We're going to be talking with Kathleen, the owner and operator of the Polish Art Center. She came here from Hamtramck, learning everything from her mother, who's opened and operated a store down there for 50 years. She has a lot of Polish history to share, and I can't wait for her to talk to you about it today. Here with owner-operator Kathleen. Tell us about what you have going on here.
So we opened a very small version of the shop I grew up in that my mom and dad have had now for the past 50 years. We do a lot of Polish imports. So we go back to Poland yearly and do all of our buying. We try to have a large selection of handcrafted items from Poland.
Yeah.
Although we do have things like t-shirts and fun things as well. But
Awesome.
Yeah,
Definitely when you walk into the store, the feeling of Poland, of heritage, and of fun are just so apparent. It's so colorful. There's a ton of things to look at. You've got amber here. I noticed you're wearing some amber earrings.
Yes. Amber is prized in Poland because the highest quality amber comes from the Baltic Sea, and Poland at its most northern point is lying on that Baltic Sea.
Wow.
So all the amber from Europe is sourced from that area.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes, where the Baltic Sea is today used to be a prehistoric white pine forest.
Wow.
That was devastated by a volcanic eruption 30 to 60 million years ago and bled that entire forest of pine trees of their sap. Today
Wow.
it is covered in water. So it is from beneath the seabed.
You came up to the Cedar area originally because you and Tom were looking for a farm.
Yes, we found a farm, and we had never heard of Cedar, but we fell in love with all the photos of the farm and took the drive up here. And we're pleasantly surprised as we passed through town that all the little light banners had Polish eagles on them, and we got goosebumps because we thought, how did we just come from one Polish town to the next? And we thought it was meant to be. So
I
we
would
ended
have
up-
to agree.
Yeah.
I think it is meant to be.
Yeah.
After our interview at the farm, seeing all of the incredible things you do there, and like being in downtown Cedar, bringing this store to such a Polish town has really brought us back to our roots.
Yes, and I come from a very small town that has embraced those roots, and my mom has, for the last 50 years, has spearheaded keeping Hamtramck historically Polish, regardless of the immigrants and the waves that have come in since then. And that's why people continue to come back to that area, is for that experience that they had growing up as a kid. And the Polish businesses in that town have never done better in all of those 50 years, which is kind of interesting. But
Yeah.
people still come back for that experience. And I felt like Cedar has that deep Polish history, and they need more to draw people in.
Yeah.
So I felt like this little empty storefront would just make a perfect little Polish store.
And it did. It has been incredibly successful. And just to see how you integrate the store into the community, the farm into the community, and now the food truck.
Yes.
I mean, you guys have brought a ton of Polish life back
Yeah.
to this little town.
Yeah. To be able to bring Polish food, which I so adamantly thought was going to be a success from the time I moved here. I was surprised there already wasn't something Polish food related in town to draw people. But after 6 years, I thought, I was sitting and thinking, gosh, this food truck's available and it's just a few miles from the house. This has got to be. And my husband wasn't quite sold on it at first, to be honest.
Wow.
No.
That's a surprise.
But I will tell you that I knew it because for 6 years people had been coming in from a distance, coming to this little Polish town for this experience,
Yeah.
and kept asking. So I bought it and then told him that he was going to have to cook, and he is loving it.
Yeah, well, it's incredibly popular.
Yeah.
Every time it's open, I see tons of people down there, and that's got to bring a lot of traffic into the shop
Yes,
too.
yes, and we like to keep people in Cedar. If they're just coming here for the shop and then leaving, that's not doing Cedar as much of a benefit as it can. We want people to actually hang out here in Cedar and stay for the day and spend the afternoon.
It's just a good community to be in. So what does that tight-knit community mean to you?
It definitely, we share. I mean, I send people to the wool shop, to the coffee store, the place next door. But I think that makes us all a family, and supporting your business, your fellow businesses is only going to bring more business to you.
Absolutely.
So it's my home. So it's like they're all my neighbors, and I want everybody to do well, because I want people to leave Cedar remembering their experience.
Yeah.
And it has to be an experience. If you go to a town with just shops that are, you can see them everywhere, it doesn't make it an experience. People forget that very easily. But people come through that door every day, bringing more people just so they can get that experience, so they can share that.
Yeah.
And that's special.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
I love being in here, and I can't wait to show you guys the food truck. I am headed down there in just a little bit to taste some really awesome pierogies. All right. If you have a community-focused business in the Cedar area, I would love to talk to you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.